What's going on, guys? CTG Matt back. We're here to talk about some NBA news, some stories, and most importantly, a ton of injuries that have been going on across the association over the last week or so. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're going to jump in. We're going to talk about injury report first. It's never fun to talk about, but it's always there. The injury report haunts every single fan of every single team. We're going to start off. Austin Reaves should be back from his calf injury soon for all the Lakers fans out there. While the Lakers haven't necessarily played bad during Austin Reaves' absence, him coming back is going to change a ton. I don't know what the starting lineup's going to look like, that's for sure, because the last time he was there, LeBron really wasn't there. So I don't know what their starting lineup's going to look like. Does Marcus Smart move to the bench? I'd assume that's the move. Or, hot take, Austin Reaves comes off the bench, gives you a little bit of a scoring punch because the Lakers bench is horrible when it comes to scoring. Very unreliable group of men there. My biggest worry with him coming back is that the Lakers defense is already pretty bad, and Austin Reaves doesn't help that. He can help them keep up in a track race when it comes to scoring the ball, but once they need to stop late game, their big three can't defend. LeBron, Luka, Reaves. None of them are really great defenders. So I don't know who I'd rely on to get a stop late in that game. I actually think that them bringing back Austin Reaves is kind of going to force them into playing Jared Vanderbilt more, who has actually shown some plus and upside offensively over the last week or two. He's hit his threes at semi-consistent rate, which is better than Vando can say for the rest of his career. But yeah, I think the Lakers bench is so shallow and in need of scoring that I actually wouldn't mind them just bringing Austin Reaves off the bench. And I know that's a really hot take because Austin Reaves is like a 28-a-game guy when he was healthy. But like I said, the Lakers bench is horrible, very weak when it comes to scoring, and they need a boost. They need a guy who can come in with the second unit and help carry them. That's something Austin Reaves can do. Does he fix all the problems the Lakers have? No. They need center play. DeAndre Ayton fooled all of us. Or hey, maybe not all of us, but he somewhat fooled me. I came on here and I said DeAndre Ayton was playing really well early in the season because he was playing really well. The thing is was is in that sentence, which means he's currently not playing well. He's not. He's not defending the rim very well. They're getting killed on the boards. The other day they lost the game. DeAndre Ayton had 5 rebounds. I gotta find that game. Hold on. It was in their loss against the Clippers is the one that I'm referring to, where Ayton had a solid 5 rebounds. Got thoroughly outplayed by Drew Timme, the backup. Drew Timme played actually better than him that day, in my opinion. DeAndre Ayton in that Clippers game played 21 minutes, pulled down 5 rebounds, compared to his opponent, Ivica Zubac, who played 32 minutes and put up 19 rebounds, including 9 offensive. Sorry, 10 offensive. I'll correct myself. DeAndre Ayton tricked me at the beginning of the season, and I'll come out and say that. He looked really damn good to start. Hasn't looked great since then. They need center play. They need a defending guard. They need a guard who can defend. That's why I've mocked them, guys like Keon Ellis and stuff like that, because he can at least get a stop. You know, he's a consistent hustle defender. They need more of those. So while, yeah, Austin Reaves doesn't necessarily fix all the problems the Lakers have, he does help in some other areas. So he will be welcomed back with open arms by Lakers fans because they need some other help and some other scoring options around LeBron and Luka. Guys who can create. No disrespect to Jake LaRavia or Marcus Smart, but I've been seeing them work with the ball a little bit too much for my liking recently. The 2 big injuries that have come up over the last few days. Ja Morant will be out until late February, it seems, somewhere around there, which makes his trade market closer to none, it feels like. Already I was questioning what his trade market would be, as you saw what somebody like Trae Young went for. Trae Young went for a Diet Coke and a bag of Funyuns. Ja Morant's not that far apart from Trae Young in terms of the talent gap. Sure, they're way different players, vastly different players, but both of them are smaller guards who struggle defensively. That's just kind of the general outline of who they are as players. So I didn't expect the return for Ja Morant to be more than the return for Trae Young, I guess I'll say. But what I will say is with this injury, to me at least, it opens up the Jaren Jackson trade offers more. Jaren Jackson's been a guy I've mocked to a bunch of different teams. I've mocked him to Boston, I think. I've mocked him to a couple of teams. Miami? No, not Miami. There was a couple of teams that I thought could really use a Jaren Jackson. And now with Ja Morant out, it seems as though the Grizzlies are going to go back to not playing that great. Cam Spencer starting, you know, he's an all right backup guard. But when he's forced into a starting role, it's not necessarily... You're not in the best spot if Cam Spencer's starting, is what I'm saying. And Ja Morant looked decent. Since he came back, he was averaging like 20 and 10. That's very respectable from Ja Morant, and he was shooting over 36% from 3 in that time. He was hitting his threes, he was passing well, he wasn't fighting Vince Williams so that's a plus. But he was playing relatively well, and now he's out until late February. I hope this means that the Jaren Jackson trade offers are going to start flooding in. Unfortunately, because of the next guy we're going to talk about, there may be not many trades at the deadline, as Giannis Antetokounmpo has no timetable for a return now. Of course, this is another calf strain. I believe he had a calf strain earlier this year, and he's dealt with calf strains multiple times over the last 2 years, which definitely makes people a little bit worried, because calf strain was the same thing Tyrese Halliburton was dealing with before, whatever happened there.
Your brother Billy, whatever happened there.
All right, Ted. Whatever happened there?
The shooting.
Whatever happened there?
There's some cause for concern. I know Giannis is still a top 5 player in basketball when he's healthy, but I'm curious what a trade package for him would look like, considering the fact that over the last few years, he's shown that he has gotten hurt more. He is vulnerable. Like, this is a guy who was Iron Man for a while, and he is still a mammoth, right? He plays so physical, so fast, so downhill, bursts of athleticism, burst movements. I mean, everything Giannis does is like a loud movement. Every step he takes 3 steps to get to the rim from half court. Plays with a lot of athleticism and downhill and running and stuff like that, and so there is some cause for concern with injury. That makes me worry about his trade market because other teams are going to see that as well. But I don't even know if there is a trade market because both Giannis and John Horst are kind of holding their cards close to their chest. You don't know what's going to happen over there. Giannis says he won't request a trade. The rest of the team knows the vibes are horrible in Milwaukee. The vibes are actually horrible in Milwaukee. So I don't exactly know what to expect. The other guys on the roster are saying we might get traded soon. Giannis knows the other guys might get traded soon. Imagine that makes it really difficult for them to play anyways. At least in Memphis, a situation that's kind of comparable where they're tearing down their core from what it once was. Although not as high as Giannis and the Bucks. It's not incomparable in like the winning department, but they're both breaking down. The thing is with Memphis, they get rid of Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson. They have like Cedric Coward to build around, Jalen Wells to build around. Santi Aldama's still pretty good. Vince Williams, Gigi Jackson. They have some young guys that are at least moderately exciting. If the Bucks trade Giannis today and don't get any players back, there's one exciting player on the roster, is Ryan Rollins. KPJ would immediately become like a 20 point per game guy again, just like the Houston days. Miles Turner's still there, Bobby Portis still there, Kyle Kuzma's still there. Like, it feels like right now it's Giannis and the island of misfit toys. And like I said, that makes the workplace environment, I guess I'll call it, a lot harder when you don't know if you're even going to be here next week. Some of these guys could be gone in a trade as soon as, next week, tomorrow. Shit, after this video's put out, they might do a trade and get rid of some guys. What I will say is that with Giannis consistently getting hurt, I'm not sure people are willing to break the bank like they used to. I know a couple of teams that will. New York, the Knicks are 100% going to break the bank if he becomes available. But like, Kendrick Perkins said on TV that he wants Houston to go get Giannis, and that fit makes close to no sense for me. I don't get how that makes. I don't get it. I don't like that thought of him going to Houston, because Houston is built on bigs and rebounding. You put Giannis on a team with Jabari Smith Jr. I don't even know who's actually going to be part of the trade. Is Jabari Smith Jr. going to be a part of a Giannis trade to Houston? Let's assume they took nobody off their roster and just added Giannis. Yeah, are they better? Absolutely. But their fatal flaw that they've had for the entirety of their season is a lot of it is perimeter shooting. They only have like 2 to 3 really good shooters. I would say Tari Eason's an elite shooter. Kevin Durant's obviously a great shooter. After that, it's kind of a drop-off. Where do you look for three-point creation next? That's one thing that the Bucks have that the Rockets don't have. The Bucks are a really good three-point shooting team. I don't know how comfortable I feel playing Giannis next to a guy like Steven Adams and Clint Capella, and then add in Amen Thompson in that. You have a chance to have 4 non-shooters on the court at the same time with Giannis. That's not the formula for success. That feels like, if they were to trade for Giannis, it feels like they're reaching to win now. And it is. That's exactly what it is. I know adding Kevin Durant shortens your title contention window frame, whatever. But adding Giannis shortens it even more, and it points out the glaring holes in their roster even more, in my opinion. Giannis needs a traditional point guard next to him. We've seen that. Drew Holiday was there. Shit, go back to Eric Bledsoe was in Milwaukee. I know that he wasn't that great for them, but Giannis has always needed a traditional point guard next to him. That's something the Rockets don't have. Giannis has shown he needs elite three-point shooters around him to succeed. That's something the Rockets don't really have. Yeah, he has good backline defenders behind him, so he can keep being the elite help defender he's always been. Steven Adams can help down there. Like I said, Clint Capella is still a good rim protector, even though he's about 100 years old, it seems. Clint Capella is only like 31 or 32. It feels like Clint Capella has been in the league for 15 years now, for Christ's sake. But either way, Houston just doesn't feel like the right place for Giannis. I think maybe New York does, because New York has some shooters you can put around him. I'm assuming Karl Anthony Towns is gone in that trade, so you could put around him, like Brunson's a good shooter. Josh Hart has become a good shooter this year. You know, you keep moving around Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Tyler Kolek's probably staying there. McBride might be gone. I don't know. But with no timetable for return for Giannis, I don't know if a team's really going to break the bank picks-wise and dump 5-6 first-round picks for Giannis when he's shown that he's been rather injury-prone the last few years. If he keeps missing games, I'm sorry, that makes him less valuable to other teams. A guy with lower availability that plays with a lot of physicality, a lot of burst movements and acceleration, there's a risk. There's an innate risk to trading for a guy like Giannis. Of course, there's a risk you trade for any superstar, but Giannis is 30-plus, physical. His whole game is built around physicality and explosive movements, and time and time again over the last few years, it's starting to see that his body can't handle. Move on to the next injury update. Devin Booker. He should be reevaluated next month. That's kind of wipe the sweat off your forehead, wipe the sweat off your brow if you're a Suns fan. It's a little bit of a relax moment because Devin Booker and the Suns were playing phenomenal basketball before he went down. The vibes in Phoenix are quite literally the opposite of the vibes in Milwaukee. The vibes in Phoenix are fucking immaculate right now. Maybe not right now because Devin Booker's hurt, but really they were playing very well when Devin Booker was there. They had that big win against Philadelphia not that long ago with Devin Booker, and Devin Booker helped ice that game. I mean, Philly was starting to make a push late in that game. Devin Booker gets 2 feet in the paint against Grimes, I think it was, or something like that, and then kicks it out to, I think, Grayson Allen, or maybe it was Jordan Goodwin. Bang, and that kind of seals the game away. That team has been playing some of the most fun basketball I've seen from any team this year, because they're a team that's playing with house money. They have nothing to lose, and that's what's made Phoenix so fun to watch this year. Plus, they have this band of, like, underdogs, quote-unquote, guys that were kind of cast away by other teams. You look around, it's like Grayson Allen's been on multiple teams. I believe he was in Milwaukee at one point. I'm lazy, I'm not gonna look it up, but like Grayson Allen's bounced around quite a bit. Jordan Goodwin was on the Lakers last year. He's bounced around the league for a couple of years now. Of course, he has his mask on. He looks pretty cool, man. My nephew, I was watching the Suns game with my nephew like a week ago, and he saw Jordan Goodwin and said he looked goofy. He's 12. Yeah, my nephew's 12. He speaks like a normal 12-year-old. Keep looking around, though. It's like Mark Williams. Mark Williams got shot by the Hornets for like 2 years. They finally let him go. He's having a great season in Phoenix. Colin Gillespie was on Denver during their championship run. Does anyone remember Colin Gillespie in Denver during their championship run? No, we really don't. Why? Because he played 0 to 1 minute per game, it felt like. A lot of the guys that are getting big opportunities, Dylan Brooks has bounced around. He went to Memphis, then he went to Houston, and he's built culture everywhere he's gone. That's what's made the Suns so fun, is the fact that they built culture, and they're a good enough team to win. I'm not exactly sure what the end goal here is in Phoenix. It's a fun team right now, but, like, they're not good enough to win a title. And I don't know if there is like a move that can make them a title contender. Obviously, it's not always about winning a title, but like having fun is one thing. I don't know, Suns fans. Let me know down below. Of course, this is a very fun season, but like, what's next? Do you keep the same roster and just run it back next year and be good enough to make the playoffs, but not good enough to win it all again? Not exactly sure, but getting back to the main news, Devin Booker is okay, and that is good news for everyone around the league because Devin Booker is a stud. And also, a guy coming back soon, Scoot Henderson. He should be back in like a week or so. That makes things interesting in Portland because there's another bit of news we can get to a little bit later about Jrue Holiday. But as for right now, Portland has dealt with turnover issues and as well as just a lack of playmaking sometimes. Denny Avdia having to be thrust into being the full-time point guard essentially has kind of hurt his turnover numbers, don't get me wrong. He's not meant to be a full-time point guard. He's meant to be a wing that can pass and scores. Right now, he has to play like a wing that passes and score. They want him to be fucking prime LeBron, and I don't know if he can do that. I mean, currently, Denny Abdia has a back injury because they're trying to make him carry this fucking roster all season. He can't do it. Getting Scoot Henderson back will definitely help in the playmaking department. What it doesn't help is that they're not the best three-point shooting team. Scoot Henderson hadn't been a great three-point shooter in really any year prior. Last year, down the stretch, he started to show some better shooting. But overall, I don't know how much I believe in it. I just got a notification. Duop Reith is out today. So if you guys have Duop Reith on your Underdog slips, I would suggest you take him off. I'm not sponsored by Underdog, but shit, gambling sponsors, hit me up, dog. I'll sell my soul for a smooth $50. Ain't that bad. I need something from Smoothie King. Give me $50 and something from Smoothie King, and I'll sell my soul. I don't know. I'm kidding. Jakob Poeltl received back shots. Okay. Jakob Poeltl received some injections in his back because he's been hurt for a while. Jakob Poeltl's missed a good amount of the season, and it's left the Raptors in a weird spot where they don't have much center play, but it also has been a blessing in disguise because it's allowed Colin Murray-Boyles to get full-time PT, and he has looked fantastic in his full-time PT. Yeah, he has some rookie moments. Maybe he's not polished on the offensive end as much, but what he is a good defender, and what he is a guy who can help close possessions at least a little bit. He's definitely better than playing like, I think they signed Mo Bamba. I don't know. He's got Raptors calling his phone. I'm like a fucking jokester today, dude. What is happening to me? Am I George Carlin in disguise? Probably not. Jakob Poeltl did get some injections into his back. Hopefully that helps him get back sooner because the Raptors have needed a center. They can't rely on Scotty Barnes to be the whole defense all year. I mean, I know he can be because he's been incredible. There was a whole compilation I saw on Reddit of Scotty Barnes' clutch defensive plays, and it's all within like the last 1 to 2 minutes of close games. Scotty Barnes making an incredible play, whether it's the block on Chet Holmgren a few games ago, even stuff as small like the offensive rebound after Shed missed that 3 in the Thunder game. Have I mentioned that I'm such a Scotty Barnes fan? I don't know. I probably 100 times I mentioned that. I love Scotty Barnes. Either way, Jakob Poeltl still has no real timetable for a return, which is scary. Definitely scary. And it makes me want to mock more trades for the Raptors to get a center. Jokic is doing on-court workouts. Do they really need him? Nobody knows. Yeah, they do. They do need their big man, don't get me wrong, but it feels nice to see a Nuggets team finally be able to get out of their own way and play good without Nikola Jokic. It's been very long since a Nuggets team has been able to play without Jokic. It's been P. Watt, Jamal, some other guys. Jalen Pickett's stolen them a game here and there. You know, Zeke Naji's had his moments. A lot of guys have really shown out in Jokic's absence. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s had some good games. Like, other guys have shown out. Jamal Murray's obviously been the captain of it all. But everyone's helping out. Everyone's chipping in. And it's been really fun to watch the Nuggets without Jokic. Hopefully, when Jokic comes back and reintegrates into the team, we start seeing more P-Watt and, like, they can trust him to help the offense. Because he was having some really big games without Jokic. I hope he's not just relegated back to sick corner block shot. I love Peyton Swatson, but I wish he was given more of a role with Jokic there, so I guess we'll see. And the last bit of trade news, injury report trade news, I guess, is Jonathan Kuminga has a bone bruise. He'll be reevaluated in a few days. I don't know what that means for his trade market because there never has been one. I don't know how to feel about the Warriors anymore. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about them that much because I feel like they get a lot of airtime already, but they also deserve it in a sense. But also, like, they don't have a talented roster at all. It's just not a good roster. Guy Santos was their leading scorer last night against Minnesota, guys. Guy fucking Santos. He had like 11. So I think I saw that 7 players, 6, somewhere around there, 7 players on the Timberwolves outscored every Warriors player yesterday. So the leading scorer for the Warriors was Guy Santos with like 11. 7 guys on the Timberwolves had more than that. So if you want to know how bad of a routing it was, I believe the Timberwolves had more turnovers than the Warriors and won by like 30. So if you really want to recap how last night's Warriors game went, pick up a belt and just belt to ass a chair or something because that's what it was. Now we can move over to regular drama, trade news, all that type of stuff. Regular drama around the league. Pablo Torre put out something today that allegedly, the owner of the Memphis Grizzlies was selling weapons to Russia. Listen, this is something that goes deeper than my pay grade because my pay grade's this much. But from what I see from an outsider looking in is that I saw that back in the day, this is some years ago now, I guess, The Grizzlies owner was selling weapons to Iran, and the U.S. government put the kibosh on that and said, no, 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 no. You are not a weapons supplier to Iran. We're not allowing that. Only the U.S. government can sell weapons to Iran. Shit happened before 9/11, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure there was a weapons deal before 9/11, and then 9/11 happens, and, shit just happens. But either way, so he was selling weapons to Iran. The U.S. government put the kibosh on that and said, you can't directly sell weapons to enemies or whatever. And so how did he get away with selling weapons to Russia? Well, he third-party sells them, I think. So I saw, allegedly. Someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but what I saw allegedly was that he was alleged, I keep saying it because you have to cover your ass, but selling them to other countries who would then third party sell it to Russia. So it's kind of you buy this from me and then sell it to him. Robbing Peter to pay Paul, not really. But it's basically like, here, Finland, have these weapons and don't sell them to Russia. Definitely don't do that. And that's how that happens. So if there's a third party involved, and yeah. So the Grizzlies owner may or may not be selling guns to Russia to fight Ukraine. That's nuts, dude. Real deal nuts. Again, only the U.S. government gets to sell weapons and not get in trouble for it. If this is true, he should probably sell the team. Yeah, he should probably sell the team. I don't know, man. If you're selling weapons to Russia, you should at least employ a Russian NBA player. I don't know. Is there any Russian active NBA players? I feel like there is one that I know of. Oh, I got him mixed up. It was Yegor Domin, who was born in Russia. I got him confused because I'm pretty sure Yegor is also Israeli or Jewish or something of the sort. So I kind of got them mixed up. Sorry, guys. But Yegor Domin was born in Russia, so maybe they have to orchestrate a trade with the Nets to get Yegor to Memphis, and then he can be the third-party arms dealer to Russia because he has good connections over there, obviously, right? Either way, this guy should be forced to sell if this is true. That's fucking menace shit. You're selling weapons to enemies. That's absolutely insane. I don't even want to get political in here, but that is just nuts to see that an NBA owner might be selling arms to enemies, to foreign agencies. Random as hell. The NBA shit just happens in the league. I'll never forget NBA legend, Russian legend Sasha Khan and Timofey Mozgov. None of those guys are active right now, though. I was trying to think of somebody active, and I'm pretty sure Yegor is the only one that I could think of. In non-geopolitical NBA news, Drew Holiday to the Knicks. It could happen. And the Knicks were exploring ways to try and get Drew Holiday. I don't think there are many ways that they could get Drew Holiday. I tried exploring it myself on the Trade Finder, and basically all I learned is that if they want to make it work, it would probably be Karl Anthony Towns going to a third team. So a third team has to want Karl Anthony Towns, which, hey, if you're trying that right now, Cat's value is damn close to Jonathan Kuminga's. Cat has been playing like ass, and he's averaging I think in January he's averaging 5 fouls a game. I mean, that's just an incredible number of fouls. Do you guys think Drew Holiday to the Knicks really changes their outlook on the season? I don't think it makes them that much better. It makes them marginally better, don't get me wrong, but I'm not in the boat of, if they add Drew Holiday, that's a finals contender. I mean, the East is weak as hell, so theoretically it could happen, but also at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. Getting rid of Cat to add Drew Holiday, now that's a real robbing Peter to pay Paul situation right there, because ideally you probably want both, but I don't know. I don't know how this would work cap implication-wise. I don't know. I understand Drew Holiday has championship pedigree. He's won 2. He's been there a couple of times and won both, but he's 35. I don't know. It just feels like there's no real reason to do this. They're just doing it anyways. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm just going to move off of it and hope that that doesn't happen because it makes no sense for either side. Hornets are suddenly good. They've won their last 3 games all by 20 plus. They're just washing teams right now. So the Hornets are a fun team because it's either they're getting blown out or they're blowing someone out right now. They're a very fun team. I believe I saw that of their 19 wins that they have now, 10 of them are by 20 plus or 15 plus. That's an insane ratio of blowout wins. They have a lot of blowout wins and a lot of blowout losses. If they lose a close game, well, if it's a close game in general, they just lose anyways because they don't have many closers. But I will give credit where it's due. Brandon Miller has been a big reason why the Hornets have been good recently. quite frankly, Brandon Miller has been so good recently. Shot creation, shooting from 3 a little bit more than I expected. He's doing it all himself. He's getting to the rim when he needs to. Brandon Miller has really impressed me recently. Zion James is still playing over there. Like, they got a good amount of like decent players. I, for one, welcome our Hornet overlords. They've been bad for so long. It's nice to see them actually like be a good team. So I root for them, and I hope that this is actually real. Charles Barkley the other day guaranteed that they would make the play-in game, and that's not unbelievable, right? That's not per se unbelievable. They could leapfrog a few teams and make it in. They're a very exciting, fun, young team. This is a team that I don't know if I'd want to match up in a playoff series because, like, they're fun, you know? They don't care. This team plays like they have house money. LaMelo Ball is taking 1 foot, step back threes, like insane shot selection. Brandon Miller's out here just shooting whatever's open, and same with Con Kneppel. They just send their guys out there and bomb away. Charles Lee has done an incredible job. I almost called him Keith Lee. Not the WWE wrestler, not the food reviewer. Charles Lee has done a really good job at like getting this group together. And even though they've been injured for a lot of the season, they missed Kalkbrenner for a while, and LaMelo missed some time as well. Brandon Miller missed some time, and they're back kind of healthy, and they look kind of good. I'm happy for them. Shout out to you guys, Hornets fans. I'm sure you're having fun. Lastly, the NBA Rising Stars rosters were announced. The draft is tonight, but the rosters, you get the rookies, you get the sophomores, and then you get the G League players. So the rookies would be Cedric Coward, Yegor, VJ, Jeremiah Fears, Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, Trey Johnson, Con Kneppel, Colin Murray Boyles, and Derek Queen. That's a very fun group. Of course, as a biased Celtics fan, Hugo Gonzalez, get Hugo in there. But it's not going to happen. He doesn't have the counting stats like the rest of these guys do. But like this is a good group of rookies. Looking at it right now, Derek Queen, it looks like a future piece for the Pelicans. He looks like the starting center of the future. Colin Murray Boyles, again, I already said it before, home run late pick by the Raptors. Con Kneppel, maybe the best Charlotte Hornets draft pick ever already. Like, his rookie year alone is probably the best rookie year I've ever seen from a Charlotte Hornet. That's not a hot take either, I don't think. Trey Johnson recently has started showing more flashes, that deep shooting prowess that we knew he kind of had, but he needed more opportunity and more confidence. And he's been great in Washington recently. Dylan Harper, sorry, I hiccuped there. Dylan Harper has had a very up and down rookie season. His percentages aren't pretty, but he gives you some flash good PT here and there. He's a good third guard to have, and sometimes he's their fourth guard. They'll go with Jordan McLaughlin over him as sometimes, but Harper has shown enough flashes to be here. Cooper Flagg, of course, is all rookie first team. He could win Rookie of the Year. It's him and Kneppel racing for Rookie of the Year. Jeremiah Fears, I have my reservations about him, but of recently he's looked a lot better. Yegor Doman is a hell of a shooter, man. When he gets going, it's fun to watch. He can play make a little bit too. I know his rim finishing isn't ideal, but if he can shoot right now, like a day one good shooter, I'll take that. And on top of that, he's a plus playmaker. Yegor's a good player. And then Cedric Coward is maybe the most, I wouldn't say most consistent because Con's been consistent, but Cedric Coward's been consistently decent. Plus, he rebounds well. I think he's close to 7 rebounds a game. Off the top of my head, I think he's close to 7 a game. Now we got the sophomores. Modest Bazelis, who's had an all right season. Not as much of a step up as I wanted to see, but we'll take what we can get. Stephon Castle, who obviously has taken the next step. He's looked incredible this year. Donovan Clingan, silently shooting threes, playing good defense, rebounding well. Kling Kong has been pretty good this year. Keyshawn George can score. Great catch and shoot player. Fouls a lot, but plays hard defense. And he's a really good player, man. Keyshawn George can score efficiently. Go check his three-point split. Very good. AJ Mitchell coming off the bench for the Thunder last year, not much of an opportunity. This year is a 6th Man of the Year candidate. Probably not going to win it, but he's been very, very good off the bench for OKC. Alex Sarr, in my opinion, maybe the best rookie or maybe the best player in this class. I know he was the 2nd or 3rd overall pick, but he might be the best player in this class. Alex Sarr, he's a great rim defender. He's shooting the ball really well. He's attacking the rim too. Alex Sarr from the perimeter, he looks really good. Like, Alex Sarr is a good player. Reed Shep is good at home. On the road, I don't think his splits are as good. But he's kind of helped carry the bench load for the Houston Rockets. They don't have many bench scorers. Reed Shep's helped that. I mentioned Cam Spencer before. He's here. They gave him a shot. It's kind of cool. Jalen Tyson, the 40 ball man himself. He's electric, man. He's electric. He reminds me of Aaron Nesmith a lot. I see a lot of Aaron Nesmith in his game. Very overzealous defender who can pick up fouls because he's so much of an energy ball defensively. I love Jalen Tyson. Kel'el Ware, whatever you think about him, he has a lot of talent. Whether he puts it in the right direction, training-wise and stuff like that, nobody knows yet. We'll see 5 years down the line whether he actually cares enough or not to be a consistent somebody in this league. But from what we see right now, he clearly has the talent to be elite. It's just the mentals, I'm guessing. If Spo is having trouble with him, and Spo's one of the greatest coaches actively and ever, it's kind of tough to defend if Spo doesn't like you. And then Jalen Wells, who was a Rookie of the Year frontrunner last year for a while. And then the G Leaguers, Sean East II from Salt Lake City, Ron Harper Jr. from my Maine Red Claws. They used to be the Maine Red Claws. They're now the Maine Celtics. Go back to being the Maine Red Claws. 10 times more fun. He actually got burned the other day against, not in the Bulls game, the one before that. Ron Harper Jr. got NBA burned the other day. David Jones Garcia, I don't pay attention to him, but I know he's playing all right in the G League. Yannick Niederhauser came up on the main roster when Zubats was hurt and played some really good minutes for the Clippers. Elijah Martin has played some good minutes before, too, in the NBA. Nope, I'm getting him confused with Tyrese Martin. I don't know much about Elijah Martin, to be honest with you. Tristan Newton and then Young Hansen. Young Hansen has done really well in the G League, I guess. Good for him, man, because his NBA run has looked very rough. So comment down below if you guys believe they missed anybody in that. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed this NBA update, then you should like and subscribe to the channel. I do this pretty often. Thank you all for joining me. Go outside. Well, don't go outside. It's pretty cold still. Probably freezing rain for some people. I'm going to go catch the game. I'll see you guys in the next one.